Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Today is another day to share some of the tips that we used to handle our frustrations or anger, right? When we're dealing with a family, especially. I notice many people here in this school have challenges on dealing with their family, especially kids and spouse, or sometimes even friends as well. So, and today I really wanted to share something just hit me this weekend, actually, no, this week, and um, and I have to come up with a way to help and in this situation to help a friend who's full of frustration and anger, really good friend. So that's why I'm sharing here with you because it helped her. She she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she was frustrated. She, you know, she said she didn't know how she got it. She eat well. She exercise, and no one in her family has it. So she was frustrated, and not just frustrated. What the the condition or the her health, but the disease. But she's also frustrated that she wasn't able to get the help as quickly as she would like. Um, and so I mean, normally that's what people would do, right? Something like that, knowing you know something like cancer can come and take away your life or all the thing that you haven't done so much yet, and you wanted to do more, and but then your health comes in and just stops everything. So so how did I talk to her and help her settle in this case? And of course, right, um it's natural to have those few days to feel what we needed to feel because it's the immediate shock, right? And that's normal. To continue uh, feel so much frustration, it doesn't do anybody good, and especially the cells in our body, right? So every pain problems always come, but if you're suffering from it, then it's time to look at it differently. So, um, one of the things that we were taught also it apply in situations in my life and how I handle it and how I use it to share with her, and she feels a lot better. Well, first of all, when things happen to us outside of us, mm, something that out of our control, for example, like whatever is invading or change inside her body change. Sometimes we don't know what happened, right? We don't know how it got there. Yeah, because sometimes we're not aware of it, or sometimes when we encounter people in our life like our spouse, our kids, our co-worker, they show up the way they are, and sometimes we don't know how they show up like that, right? For example, someone look at you differently or raise a tone of voice. We don't know enough what happened in that person's life the day before that person encounter you. But then we often just make assumption, right? We think we know what's going on in their life. And so we make a judge, we make a educated guess. And most of the time, we when things are not going our way, we think of the worst, right? So we never I was taught that we never know enough about what's going on in someone else's life or situation for us to make a decision, right? So because if we make a decision, we limit ourselves for all other possibility out there, right? So to need to handle yourself from getting angry and frustrated is to accept the situation outside of us and sometimes inside of us too, right? Why so important? Because when we fight, when we ask the question, why does it happen to me? If my friend, I said, why does it happen to me? Why? And when we ask ourselves this question, we started to look for problems, right? If you mind keep focusing on problem, you're going to look for more problems. And what's the use of looking for more problems? Things already there, it's already happened, right? The goal is to look for a solution to solve the problem, right? To solve the situation. So that's why it is important to accept everything that you're giving, accept because second thing is, you know, when something outside of us, for example, your spouse, your kid, your colleague, getting frustrated, it is not something that you can control because it's their responsibility of how they control the emotion, right? So something outside of us, we have no control. So accept everything the way it is. Why? Because when you accept your feeling, your state, or move from feeling negative to more a little bit more neutral, right? Anger, frustrated is a disempowered emotion. But when you accept everything, just imagine you just accept everything it is, you will notice your feeling becomes a little bit more neutral. You accept, right? As the feeling of acceptance. Of course, you're not going to stay there, right? So accept it. Once you do, your mind will look for solution. I accept it, but I'm not willing to stay the way I am right now. So your mind more likely to look for what causes, this thing to happen. In this case, in my friend, it allowed her to. I asked her, right? What have you learned from this? And also remind her certain things happen in our body, show up in our body. It's a sign for us to do something differently, right? So even though she have cancer, the cancer cells are still part of us, right? It teaching us, is sharing with us, is showing us to do something differently. You probably know this as already almost so much scientific research out there have shown that majority of their changes in our body are caused by interaction. The cells in our body are interaction with another cell, basically our environment. There are very few single cells that are diseased by itself. But most of the time, our body, the cells in our body, are changed by interaction with other cells. So basically, if the cells in her body are changing, chances are there's something she maybe nobody wanted that not take care of their body. Sometimes it's not just what we eat, it's not just how we move our body, and a lot of conditions in our body are manifest through our thoughts, right? If you think about happy moments all the time, if you're a positive person, always have faith, your body acts differently, right? So she had to accept that the body is trying to tell her something instead of asking why, what's happening to me. You see to notice the difference, right? You keep asking, you feel more frustrated. So acceptance of what you have changes your mood. And when your mood is changed, our body more likely to look for solution, right? So when you have more solution, what's gonna happen? You're gonna be, feel better about yourself, right? So changing the way you look at a situation, accepting it or change your state. Is one of the fastest way to change your anger. If you find yourself feeling frustrated, anger, look at the situation. This is what I have right now. I can change outside. I'm going to accept it and do something different. All right. So, um, and now my friend, she's accepting it, and she's willing to, you know, be herself, healthy. I mean, be herself, um, in the best version, like physically, right? Even if she have to go through treatment, she know that doing what she can do, like eat healthy, right? Because treatment will have an impact in the body. But what she can do, so she says, eat healthy. She even asked me, to um, make sure that she's eating healthy or get her motivated when she's down, right? She's willing to take action because she accepts this is the way things are right now and she can change anything. Getting frustrated doesn't help. So acceptance is what this today is the video is about. When you feel angry, frustrated, just accept everything else because it changes your state. And once you do, it will allow your mind to look for solutions instead of focus on problems. Okay, so that is something I just wanted to share. Take small step at a time. And when you're looking for more, when you have more solutions, your mind will expand, and your mind will be directed to control of the emotions that comes um, with external situations that affect you negatively. All right. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let us know. And it's Coach Alan's turn right now to share something powerful that you can use to handle the mood, so you can be better, you connected with your loved ones. Right. So thank you.